What an iconic film, Shaun of the Dead, by one of my favourite directors of all time, Edgar Wright. This is a 2004 comedy movie about zombies, if you didn't guess already. And what I like to do every now and again is rifle around in the bin of movie trivia ideas and pick out one that takes my fancy. Today's trivia item, which is going to be a full video in itself, is the fact that all of the zombie actors were paid just £1 for their appearance in the movie Shaun of the Dead. Best paid work gig you're ever gonna get. Hello! Welcome to Brainspill, the laziest show on the internet. My name is Tank, and today we are going to take a deep dive into one of my personal favourite films. This is one of those films that I've watched hundreds of times. If there's nothing else to watch, I'll just stick this on because I know it's a good movie, it's an easy watch, and who doesn't like zombies getting hit in the head? Shaun of the Dead is about the main character, Shaun, played by actor Simon Pegg, who is not the happiest chap, having a generally crappy job and life, having just broken up with his ex, and not really being in control of anything he does. He decides to turn his life around and prove that he is a capable, grown-up adult. He decides to do the right thing at, quite possibly, the worst time, however. This sounds like my life, except, without the zombies and stuff. Not yet, anyway. Anywho, the movie has many scenes where the characters have to fight their way through hordes of zombies, be it either through physical force or have to trick their way into going to certain places by pretending to be a corpse-shoveling zombie. This movie has many big stars in it, such as the previously mentioned Simon Pegg, co-star Nick Frost, and supporting cast Lucy Davis, Kate Ashfield, and Dylan Morgan, amongst others. But there's a lot of extras needed for these movies, most of which are zombies in this movie in particular. Yes, you could sign up to be an extra in a movie and you might get a fairly average wage from it. That's pretty expected. However, for this movie in particular, they needed, frankly, in some scenes, hundreds of zombies on screen at one time. So to have to pay each individual actor in zombie makeup an average salary, shall we say, that's going to add up pretty quickly. And I think they wanted to find ways to tighten the purse strings, shall we say. Make things a little bit more economical. So, the question they were tasked with was, how do we get hundreds of actors on screen without paying them a lot of money? Well, they had some pretty good ideas for that. Filming of this movie took over 9 weeks in 2003, and whilst this is a relatively short space of time in making a movie, there were a lot of extras needed for the production of this nature. There is pretty much no CGI involved. In addition, the film had a budget of £4 million, and they wanted to try and keep costs as low as possible wherever they could. So, the answer to this dilemma: why not work off that already established cult status that Edgar Wright had built for himself in his previous career? Edgar Wright has been a director for a number of years prior to the filming of this movie, in that in 1993 he had been filming a number of shorts, TV shows and music videos until the first really recognisable series came along, called Spaced, a show made in 2001 starring, you guessed it, Simon Pegg, which would be the precursor to the comedy we see in this movie, Shaun of the Dead. So, you go to a bunch of fans that like one of your previous projects and say to them, hey guys, I'm making a new movie, an actual cinema movie, but I want you to be a part of it. There's a catch though, I will pay you £1 whole pound. And for somebody that was a fan of his work, you can imagine that many people came forward and said, yeah, I'll do that. Why the hell not? I mean, that £1 might have been enough to get you a Freddo, just about, but at least you got something out of it. And you got to dress as a zombie all day. Pretty cool. However, the reality of the situation was that this wasn't all fun and games. We wouldn't have been able to make the film without fans of Spaced, the sitcom I'd worked on with Simon. We put a call out asking them to be our zombie extras, and the response was overwhelming. We had no money to pay them, though, and I'm keenly aware that after the long hours they put in, some of them weren't Spaced fans afterwards. He would even go on to say that what a lot of the characters had to do during the long, arduous hours on set was to basically go up to a glass window and bang and groan on it like a zombie. This was particularly the case for the scenes when the characters were in the Winchester pub and the zombies were on the outside trying to get in. Apparently that took a long time to film, so therefore the zombie extras had to be particularly patient with everyone. Edgar Wright did admit that despite how arduous this must have been, if it wasn't for the fans then the movie wouldn't be what it is. So I guess some sacrifices had to be made. In the words of Simon Pegg, extras often moan, but these ones were doing it on purpose. When we eventually involved them properly, they had this electric energy, a pure, crazed hysteria. I needed to record some zombie sounds, so one lunchtime, I stood in the middle of the pub and asked them all to attack me. One came straight at me and bit my leg. They'd gone feral. Yeah, you know what, I might do too if I was told to bang on a window and groan for 10 hours, I might also get a little bit leg bitey after a while. As a matter of fact, the movie didn't even start out with this many people involved. They originally had upwards of about 40 actors who were all professionally trained stuntmen and women, who were mainly involved for the more choreographed scenes where zombies would be in fights, they'd get attacked, killed, whatever. Basically people that needed to be a little bit more well experienced than just stumbling about and groaning everywhere. After realising that they were going to need some more bodies on the set, they recruited 150 zombie extras, including an additional 50 children who saw the zombie makeup and wanted to be involved also, which is genius. An approximate number of zombies for one of the largest days of shooting, the scene where the gang are in the Winchester fighting off the zombie hordes, was, according to Simon Pegg, 1,100 extras for that one day in particular, which is crazy. Yeah, no wonder they paid them all £1 each. And to say that the movie grossed over $30 million worldwide, then I'm pretty sure that those £1 they gave each actor was money well spent, if I do say so myself. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, be sure to hit the bell button. And if you've got any ideas for what topics you'd like me to discuss next, let me know down in the comments below. As always, sources used in the video will be in the description. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you make your movie as cost efficient as possible. Basically, you pay people peanuts. Almost literally peanuts. I mean, you could probably buy a bag of peanuts for £1 anyway. And if that doesn't float your boat, well, I've only got one suggestion for you. And that is to go to the Winchester, have an ice cold pint, and wait for all of this to blow over. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.